Shadows at Jamestown, The Virginia Mysteries, Volume 6, written by Stephen K. Smith, narrated by Tom Mcelroy. Prologue. The paddle of the canoe was the only sound in the thick night air, barely audible as it slipped in and out of the water. Drifting steadily like a shadow across the calm of the river, it blended with the darkness. As the canoe neared the island, a shadow hopped into the knee-deep water, tugging the small craft ashore and into the clearing hidden among the tall reeds. Once the craft was secured, the figure reached into the canoe, lifting out a small duffel bag. Crouching, the figure scanned the trees for movement, then glanced back at the black waters of the James River to ensure no one had followed. The faint call of a whippoorwill rang out from the trees. The untrained ear would have dismissed it as a common noise in the night, but the silent visitor knew it was much too late for a songbird's call. A figure emerged from the tree line, advancing toward the undergrowth that still hid the first shadowy figure. Neither shadow spoke. They only traded simple nods. The person from the woods exchanged a wooden box for the duffel bag, completing their transaction. Both people knew the small box contained a relic of incalculable value, while the duffel contained bundles of money whose value was quite measurable. In fact, the dollars had been accumulating nicely in a hidden bank account for the past several months since the secret smuggling ring had begun. A handshake took place before the first shadow silently returned to the river and the canoe. The figure from the trees remained a moment longer than needed, watching the moon emerge from the clouds to cast a pale glow across the water. The figure considered how the river could have looked quite similar hundreds of years ago, in the times when the first people lived alone near these waters, among the trees. They were dangerously unaware of the European settlers who would soon be crossing the great ocean, first in just a trickle, but then as a great flood. The settlers would nearly wipe out everything that was once precious to the people known as the Powhatan. The buzz of a cell phone interrupted the historical musings, pulling the figure's thoughts back to the current century. It was a reminder to keep moving, or there would be questions, and questions would lead to problems. The recent discovery of the West Wall was a monumental event. As one of the earliest remnants of the first Jamestown settlers from 400 years ago, it was making news around the world. Everyone had an interest, and interest meant money. A lot of money. Chapter.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?